I'm Erica.
And I'm Emily, and this is Crowdfunding to Build Independence,
Chapter 2. You might be wondering, this class is called Crowdfunding to Build Independence, and we haven't mentioned your crowdfunding campaign yet.
And that's because it's not time yet. There's a bunch of things you have to consider before we can really start talking about building a great crowdfunding campaign. If you're thinking about crowdfunding, it's already time to consider how you're going to deliver your film. What happens if you get picked up by a distributor? Did you know that you're going to be responsible for 100% of the cost of deliverables to your distributor? That can be a lot of money, like tens of thousands of dollars. What happens if you don't get picked up by a distributor and it's your responsibility to deliver your film to the audiences that want to see it? Where do you want to screen? Do you want to screen theatrically? How do you know that's a good idea? And how much will all this cost? Now, not just how much will it cost dollars, but how much will it cost in human time and capital?
Knowing how much things cost and how much time it's going to take are very important things to be asking yourself at the beginning before you start fundraising.
There's only one way to get an answer to any of these questions, and that's to start to learn things about your audience, which is all of what we're going to talk about today.
Where do you start? And it's actually pretty basic. 3 questions. Who the hell is your audience? Where the hell are they? And how the hell do you get their email addresses?
I know, that seems sort of old at this point, right? Well, we really want to think about what is your end goal. And I think it's really important right now to acknowledge that probably the end goal of making a movie is getting as many people as possible to see it. Your metric for success is actual audience for your film, right? These are the core people who fund your project, watch your film, share it with their friends, show up at your screenings. That is your metric for success.
And social media is really important, but social media is a tool. And if we're really trying to focus on your direct connection to your audience, you need a direct connection to them.
I'm gonna use some concentric circles here, okay? In the outermost concentric circle is all of the people you don't know. Which
is a lot of people.
Yeah, like most of the people.
All of the people, except for your core group of people you already know.
That's right. Inside that circle are all of the people you can reach by social media, which is more than the number of people that you know and fewer than all of the people who are out there in the ether. And that's great. You can reach those people, but it's not as simple as I tweet something and everybody who follows me sees it. In fact, social media is feed-based or algorithm-based. Not all of the people, even who are signed up to receive information from you, receive that information. That circle is wider than all of the people that you know, but it's not as reliable a connection. So when we talk about how do you get people from your social media to become your actual audience, the conversion rate is about 1% on average. So if you have 1,000 followers, you're gonna get about 10 of them to do the thing that you want. Inside the concentric circle of social media is all of the people you can reach via email. This is probably still more than the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis, but fewer people than you can reach by social media. These people are very, very important because you can reach them in their pockets at any time. It's not feed-based. You know that they'll receive your email. From the data that we've seen, the conversion rate of emails you send to actual audience is more along the lines of 20 to 30%. So that means for 1,000 email addresses, you might get 200 to 300 people to come to that core actual audience.
Should say something too about email lists. These are people who want you to have their email. This is not that you bought a list off of someone or that you buy clicks or buy likes. These are people who want you to have their information and that they want to open whatever it is that you send them.
The important thing to understand about these concentric circles is you have this ether where all of your potential audience is living. And in from the ether is getting them to find you on social media. And then one more step towards the center is getting them interested enough in you to sign up for an email address. And then at the core are the ones who are taking action, funding your projects, and watching your movies.
Just to be really clear, social media is very important, but if you have thousands and thousands and thousands of people who follow you on Twitter or hundreds of thousands of people who follow you on Facebook, wouldn't that be fantastic? You've just proven that you're really good at those social media platforms, and it takes another step to actually convert them into audience members.
Your metric for success is finding your actual audience of people who are gonna show up and fund your project, share it, and watch your movie. So how do you find them? Well, it starts by trying to figure out who they are, the real actual people who want to be in that center watching your movie.
The living, breathing humans.
Right. So Erica, who's the audience for your movie?
Well, you know, Emily, I really think that my movie is for everyone.
Has really universal themes, huh?
Yeah, everyone will love it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you kind of a snotty example. There's this book, it's called The Bible, and it has had the longest and most expensive marketing campaign in the history of content. And the thing is, not everyone has read that or wants to. Who is the audience for your movie?
Okay, the audience for my movie is really like women between the ages of like 24 and 35.
Cool. So these women are all between the ages of 24 and 35. And I'm gonna go ahead and guess they don't necessarily frequent the same social media platforms, they don't listen to the same music, they don't read the same news outlets, they don't follow the same people on Twitter, and they sure as shit don't watch the same movies.
Nope.
What's interesting is you've quoted me a demographic, right? And that's a wide swath of people. Now, if you're a studio and you have a $200 million marketing budget, you go ahead and market to all the women between the ages of 24 and 35. We like to call that the spray and pray method. But if you're an independent filmmaker and you have limited resources and limited time, you have to be a lot more tactical about how you find your audience.